maybe after I save the game. Let's keep in mind, it's now been a couple of weeks since I recorded this, so my memory of what was going on is kind of fuzzy. Looks like I'm trying to build some legend. Get all my counselors out there doing their jobs. I'm kind of being a little slow about it. You can see there's my place there, Novogorod. Got a couple of counties. I'm checking out the religion map to see if there's anything I can do with that. Oh good, my wife Stefania is pregnant. Just what you need in Gavelkind, a lot of children. Not really helpful at all, actually. It's nice to have a couple backup heirs, but I don't know if it's a problem yet, but we will see eventually that Chief Sviatopolk has way too many heirs, but things work out okay. But ideally, you don't want to have a lot of heirs when you have Gavelkind going on. Actually, yeah, right now is not too bad. I'm only going to lose like one title on succession, so that's actually pretty good. As you make your way home late one night, escorted by your bodyguard, you run into several drunkards, having a fist fight in the middle of the street. Your guards attempt to steer you away, but you have an idea. Would this be a perfect sparring opportunity to improve your martial ability? Sounds like it might be. I don't remember what I chose. I chose to not fight them. I think I was too scared that I might die. See, now I'm checking out the plot page. Not really sure why. Looking at the religion page. I still got the hints all coming up. I'm pretty sure I shut those off soon because I got kind of sick of them popping up every time I tried looking at anything. Checking out this guy's opinion of me. Looks like this is still fairly early on. It looks like my one kid is my heir, and then it looks like one of my brothers is actually my second in line for the throne. So that would explain why I'm not going to lose a lot of titles yet. As you will see later on, the list of titles that I might lose upon my death gets quite large. Looking at my titles, Chieftain with Novogorod, Chieftain with Terrapets, a bunch of claims. I was fed up with the courtier's constant nagging about a decrepit bridge in need of fixing and decided to inspect it myself. Show me the bridge. If I had not trusted Chief Putayata, I wouldn't be alive. I was hanging from the broken edge of the bridge with one hand, and the other was firmly held by Putayata. The bridge was about to break when he told me to let go of the bridge. As I did, I guess we'll never know. A rumor about a spy sneaking around in my own castle was confirmed this morning when I caught him red-handed. I'm pretty sure I went with the strong option of killing him with my bare hands. I mean, what could be better than that? Oh, that's true. I guess I didn't actually have any title losses on succession before. Chieftain of Ladaga will now apparently pass to my second son. So the other one was actually, I forgot, it was create a duchy, which I should have known from the icon, but wasn't totally paying attention. You see, my first son and my second son are now my heirs, followed by, I believe, my brother. Well, at least my kids get my stuff now instead of my brother. I think that's actually a step in the right direction, probably. Ooh. Ooh, call to arms. I think these two are probably fighting each other. Dear cousin, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We request you honor your obligation and answer this call to arms against Khan. Okay, actually, they're both fighting the same guy. The Byzantine Holy War from Mordova and the Brinkiankin Holy War for Sarkal. Interesting. Called into two separate wars by two separate allies at the exact same time. Pretty interesting. I think I'm thinking that they're going to fight against each other, which doesn't really make any sense based on reading these. But I guess regardless, I joined the war on what I'm going to call the Russian side. Oh, I guess I joined that guy. I guess the other war will have to be fought without me. Interesting. So I never really realized that your allies seems like they can only really call you into one war. Looks like that's where we're fighting. I don't remember if I actually pledged any troops to this fight or not. A lot of times, it's not really my war. I don't want to lose the prestige, so I'll join the war. But I don't really like losing a lot of men unless I have to, so usually if the war doesn't seem like it directly impacts me, I just kind of let it go on its own. No sense in getting all my men killed for no reason. Looks like one of my holdings was upgraded. Looks like there's quite a few people joining my side of the war, which is always good. Looks like I got a pretty good amount of troops. History is a subject that has always fascinated you, and you spent the last few weeks studying the campaigns of Alexander the Great. There are many lessons to be learned from his conquests in the East. Gain one marshal. I should devote more time to studying. Both pretty much have the same effect, so I think I just randomly chose one. Having more marshal is good. I think I was thinking about raising some troops. It seems like my allies have it actually pretty well covered. My steward, Stanislav, tells me that his efforts at praising my name and deeds have met with great success. A small army of warriors. Nice. I guess I will send some in. I don't really have to do too much to have these guys. send them down there and let them do some battle. It's kind of nice to be tribal. You get free troops every once in a while. I really have pretty lame characters. And I was able to fabricate a claim, but losing 100 prestige seems like a lot for somebody who only has 30, so I think I actually let this one go. Although I think in hindsight, maybe I should have just pressed it. I'm sure eventually I would have recovered the prestige. So that was probably the wrong move. Yep, I'm gonna send those guys down there to help out in this holy war, since they're looking for a fight anyways. My throwing arm will amaze everybody. Kind of learned that, yeah, someone got maimed. Pretty much noticed that every time there's a spear throwing contest, it seems like somebody gets hurt. It's like one of my chiefs gained 50 prestige by being the best thrower. It's a little disappointing. The strict exercise regime you've taken up after your decision. So I've gained the strong trait, that's good. Alright, my troops are almost into the action. Should have probably speeded time up a little bit more here, but it's kind of a fine line sometimes between going too fast and going too slow. Gain a little more martial from studying Alexander. Ooh, taking some casualties because maybe of the weather, I think, in this province. The supply limit must not be high enough. Probably a combination of the weather and it not being my type of province. I also recently learned that apparently, depending on the religion of some pagans, they actually get a humongous defensive bonus in their land. Like 80%. So I don't think it's that, though, because I think that's actually when you fight the other troops, not when you're just hanging out in their land. So, more to come on that, I guess. A young artist is working on what is clearly a divinely inspired icon depicting Christ's Pantocrator. He needs sponsorship to finish this so we can place it in our own chapel. It's not that much gold. Having an extra diplomacy point could come in handy. Makes everyone like you more, so that's always good. Trying to get my troops somewhere they can do something. Try to chase down these guys who just got defeated, so I can defeat them again, I think is my plan. You've been stomping around the whole day, grinding your teeth, and suddenly you realize, well, you've been in a bad mood all day. You just can't seem to abide having lazy people around you anymore. So, generally, I decide to give the other people things, because I don't want the straight stressed for sure. I really like the idea of one of my vassals having it either, but when push comes to shove, I like myself better, right? This Gertrude lady wants to kill somebody. She wants to kill, oh good, yeah, my son. Yeah, I don't think I'm really in favor of that, so let's go ahead and get you to, oh, she doesn't want to end the plot. Interesting. Oh yeah, because she's from Poland, so she really has no reason to listen to me. I don't think I ever actually did anything. I probably should have actually tried to have her killed. Would have been the smart thing to do, so to protect my heir. Yeah. This game has so many options. Sometimes it's just hard to think of them all at the right time. And this is an Iron Man game, so I can't really do any, going back in time, save type stuff. thought about sending him into hiding since this person's trying to kill him, but I didn't like the part about, yeah, you know what a life in hiding will do to his personality, so I decided that it was probably worth the risk not to let him go into hiding since I have a second kid anyways. I think is what I decided anyways. I guess we'll actually find out in a couple minutes whether I put him into hiding or I click this away. I click it away, so I think I was correct. I do not put him into hiding. I'm going to try to send my men down here, try to fight some guys again. See if I can catch those guys. Since they are really low morale, I might be able to fight them off. Yeah, it looks like I can because they have wicked low morale, so that's good. 9 on the war score, 7 prestige. That's a good little battle. Looks like I'm losing men again due to supply limit. I hate that. And there's an anti-pope. Luckily I'm Orthodox, so it really plays no role, or not much role in my life over here, to my knowledge. I'm sure someone could correct me on that, though. It's definitely, I played a lot of this game, although mostly the Game of Thrones mod, and there's still a lot to do. I believe that one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions and the proper leverage is attained. I think I decided we won't do anything, since there aren't actually any factions in my country. Plus this guy seems to love me, so doesn't really seem like he'd probably be joining too many factions against me currently. Went after that army that's already pretty much been defeated again. Got a little war score, a little more prestige. A little bit more prestige. Not a lot, but every little bit helps, right? And that's kind of the final score in this game. Now made it to the year 1085. Still fighting this holy war. Although we're not really doing all that much, but we're just kind of cleaning up some ruffians who have been beat up by one of my bigger allies, but someone's got to take the war score from knocking them all the way down, right? Might as well be me. Good news, on my mission to Luki, during my visit to Court Bishop Sviatopolk, I have filled his ears with poisonous slander and evil rulers, so it might help him like me more instead of, I think it's the Patriarch of Orthodoxy. Looks like I'm still trying to figure out what to do with these troops. Maybe I'll try to join up with these guys. My moodiness and tendency to lash out at people is getting worse. I think I may have just gained the stress trait, but that kind of came up quicker than I could read. Looks like we're at 99 war score now, which is pretty good. I'm thinking this war should be over pretty soon. The Bryanskian Holy War for Sarkel has ended. High Chief Vladimir of Bryansk has won. Yay! That's our team.